Hey, what's up, guys? It's David8719 back with you guys again. I realize I've been gone for a while, but I figure I'd try to make a quick video on how to clean a handgun. Especially, this is going to be directed towards first-time gun buyers, especially with everything that's been going on lately with the coronavirus and people buying ammunition and handguns for the first time. Mostly women and, anybody out there that's owning the first handgun and want to get some ideas on how to clean it and possibly how to take it apart. One of the most common handguns out there is a Glock, but I don't own a Glock, unfortunately. So I figured I'd do it with my daily carry, HKBP9. Now, the only thing different is going to be the takedown method of this handgun. Glock usually has two little small tabs that you can pull the slide back about an eighth of an inch and put the little tabs down at the same time and let the slide go forward. Push the slide forward and it'll come off. But everything else that I'm going to try to show you on this video, you can use it the same way to clean a handgun. It has worked well for me. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is that this gun has been safety checked. No magazine, no round in the chamber. Safety checked. Now, excuse me, I am left-handed, as you guys know, but it has the slight release on both sides, so I'm going to try to do it on this side. What you do first to take down this handgun is you push the slide back, you press the slide, released, slide lock. The slide locks to the back, and as you can see here, it has a little small tab. Now, you pull this little small tab down. As you can see, it's down, and you let the slide go forward. Now, in this case, I do have to pull the trigger, and the slide comes forward. It comes off the frame. Now, I have two parts here. This is the frame. This is the slide. As you can see, the slide has, the guy rod, steel guy rod, and the barrel. Now, the way that you take off the steel guy rod is you press a little, apply a little pressure, and it comes off. This is how you take off the barrel. You lift it up. You push forward a little bit and then you lift it up. See how it comes off? Now this gun has been field stripped. Now the way that I clean my guns, I use a bore snake. This is a 9mm 357 380 bore snake. It works with 3 different calibers, so make sure that you get the right one for your handgun. Make sure you read the description. And what else do I use? I use COP. Now, it comes with a black sticker on it with big yellow COP letters on it, but mine fell off after so much use. You can find this at Academy, Walmart, any local gun store will have this. I prefer this because this is a cleaning and a lubricant. Now you can use other stuff like there's other different cleaning substances to clean your handguns, Batistol, and other things. Now, normally what I do, I grab a napkin. This is just a regular dry napkin. This is what I do. I usually take the frame, wipe it down after my gun's been used. I normally shoot maybe 100, 150, maybe 200 on a good day rounds to it, so it gets a little dirty. Like I said, this gun's been cleaned before because I did have it out to the range a few days ago. This is my carry gun, so I do have about 4,000 rounds through it. It's been flawless. As you can see, it's still a little dirty, but not too much. You're not always going to clean it all out, but as long as it's clean, as long as to your liking, it's fine. As long as it's reliable and clean, it's up to you. you can repeat the process as many times as you like. Normally what I do is wipe down the frame of all the rails and everything. Everything that touches with the slide, I wipe it down. I wipe down, and then what I do next is, this patch has some COP on it already for the sake of this video, time frame and everything. I take the patch and I wipe it down. I wipe it down again. I wipe it down again, making sure that the rails, it has the rails here in the back, two small little rails have oil on it. The way that I've been taught how to do this is making sure that all the parts that touches have oil on it, are lubricated. That touches with the slide are lubricated. Now, I repeat the same process with the frame. Depends on how many rounds I shoot. I repeat it for about 3 to 4 times until it's clean to my liking. And then I move forward to the to the slide. Normally when I am working on the slide, I follow the same process. I put some COP on the patches and everything, and I wipe it down. I wipe it down as 3 to 4 times, sometimes 5. It depends how many rounds I shoot. I like to sit here for at least an hour, because for me, cleaning relaxes me just as much as shooting. So I enjoy cleaning it. So I sit here for about 30 minutes to an hour just doing this. But that's just me. I'm just built that way. As you can see, it does have a little bit of dirt, a little bit of dirt and grime there. Now, usually what I do with the barrel is apply some COP on it. I put the napkin on top of a barrel, and I apply some COP on it. I take this boar's neck, and I always insert it this way, towards the back of the barrel, where the feet ramp is. I never go through the front. And what I do is just push it all the way through into this little weight end of it, comes out. And I just follow through. I pull it through. And I repeat the process about 3 to 6 times, maybe 10 times. But like I said, it's been cleaned before. So for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna, follow it through maybe a couple of times. And like I said, always towards the back, never to the front. Because as you can see, this, I don't know if you can see this, but it has like little brushes at the end of this. If you stick this through the front of the barrel, it can damage, it can damage your accuracy, it can damage the barrel, and then you'll have some real problems. Always through the back of the barrel, and you just follow through. Follow through as many times as your heart desires. For me, I'm gonna follow through one more time. See, there you go. Now, normally, it just depends on uses how dirty this gets. If you put maybe 300 to 400 rounds on a day, it's gonna get real dirty. Normally, what people do, and sometimes I do it too, is put oil. Like, get a napkin and place this on top of a napkin and put oil in it and let it sit for a few minutes so all the carbon and everything can dissolve in it. And you just repeat the same process that I showed you about maybe as many times as you like to make sure that it's clean to your desire. Now, as you can tell here, I don't know if you can tell, but it seems pretty clean. There you go, right there. Now, you just follow the same process over and over again and you'll be fine. Like I said, and the way you put this back together is you take this barrel and you place it down on the slide. As you can see, it's gonna fall right through, but then you push back and it latches on to the to the cutout on the slide. See, it latches on. Now, what you do is you take this guy rod. As you can see, it has two ends. Both ends are different. You take this and you place it towards the back of the slide. This is going to go towards the front. Now, this might be a little difficult to do it, especially in front of a camera, because everything is a little bit more difficult when you do it in front of a camera. But there you go. Well, maybe not too. Now, if this was a new gun, everything would be a little bit more stiff. The spring would be a little bit more stiff, so you would probably have to apply a little bit more pressure to it. And it might be a little difficult at first because it's a new gun, it needs to be broken, but it'll break itself in. If you struggle a little bit, don't get overwhelmed. You just try to figure it out and you'll get it. It's real simple. Now, as you can see, the slide is back together. It's got the guy rod. This is a captured guy rod. A lot of handguns come with loose springs, so make sure that you don't lose it, because sometimes you can't find it. But Glocks and Taurus and everything, practically most of the Strike-Fire handguns nowadays come with captured guy rods, so that's no problem. Now, what you do is you take the frame. Here's the frame. Normally, what I like to do before I put it back together is take the patch again with some steel P and just go through the rails one more time. You don't need a lot because it's oil and it's coated. Usually I go down through the rails one more time with the frame, making sure that the that all the rails are coated, because when this gun is in use, as I'm gonna show you right now, see, you just make sure that it's aligned correctly. And and the slide will go right back on top of the frame like this. And you just press the slide lock, or upwards, and you just push it and there it locks back. Now with this handgun, I need to push up this lever right here. See this lever? It went up. Now I can let the slide go home, and the gun is back and ready for use. Now, see, that's normally how you put this handgun together. You can with the Glock, you just put the slide back on top of the frame just like I did, and you just push it back, and you rack it back, and it will go back in place. Now, like I said, this is unloaded, and this is my carry gun, and it has about 4,000 rounds through it. Has been a very reliable handgun. Maybe something like that, 4,000 to about 4,000 rounds. Now, one tip that I'm going to give you is that when you're done cleaning it and you put it back together, is you can take a napkin or a rag, like an old shirt or something like that, or a normal rag, and you wipe you take it and you wipe the gun down. You wipe it down and take away all the excess oil, off, because I did have, it happens sometimes, and especially with me, that I have the tendency to over lube everything and over clean everything, and I tend to put a lot of oil on it from time to time. I was cleaning it at one point, and when the slide was locked back to the backwards like that, to the rearward, I let the slide go home, and my hand slipped off because of so much oil, and I did get cut. Well, not too bad, a little small cut on my finger at one point, because your hand slides off and it gets caught up on this little edges of the port, of the ejection port, or your hand or your finger or part of your skin can get caught in there, and trust me, it hurts. So make sure that when you put it back together, you just wipe down all of the excess oil off of it. Make sure you wipe it down, because you don't want that to happen, because you will have a bad day. And then you just let it go home. There you go. It's back together. Function check. It's ready for use. And like I said, this is my carry gun, but I'm not gonna put the mag in it right now. And as you can see, it does have some holster wear, because I carry it on toaster holster. I've been carrying it for a couple of years now, so it does have some wear. Now this comes with luminescent sights. They're very good sights, but they don't glow in the dark. And that's normal. That is normally how you clean a handgun. If you do that, I clean my guns, very, often, so they're very reliable. But if you do that, you should be fine. If you clean them, regularly, every time after use, you should be fine. Now you do have to find, the right ammunition that works with your handgun. This is a 9mm. Of course, 9mm ammunition will work. But what I mean is that, some guns doesn't like steel. Like, this has worked well with steel. Steel case ammunition. I remember when I bought it. At first, I bought a case of 50 rounds of steel ammunition, and I put it through. Only one failure to eject, but it was brand new out of the box, so it needed to be broken. But I shoot normally brass out of this handgun, brass ammunition, no steel. It's just brass, and I know that it doesn't like. Federal ammunition. I believe it's plastic case ammunition. The injection pattern was a little bit too, it wasn't good. I had malfunction with, with that ammunition. But other than that, it's been pretty well reliable as long as I stick to brass. I normally use Winchester 147 hollow points for carry, and I normally shoot 147 full metal jacket or 115 grain full metal jacket. But right now, with everything that's been going on, it's been kind of hard to find any type of ammunition. Actually, I was lucky enough to find some brass. 115 grain Winchester. Oh, well, no, it was Remington actually at my local academy. But all my local academies were, the shelves were wiped out. The display shelf where they keep the handguns was wiped out. So things are slowly getting back to normal, but people still buy handguns and ammunition like crazy. But this is how you normally clean, a handgun for first-time buyers. Now, I realize that this video might be a little bit, edgy, might be a little bit, might need some work, but it's kind of hard to do things when you're behind the camera. Yeah, this is David8719. I hope that this video helped you guys out, and I will see you next time. Stay safe, stay aware, and stay loaded.